trying to get by him. That kind of seemed to be kind of the turning point to the whole thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was the big turning point for the whole thing. I mean, I don't know that we would have held the 98 off, but he came off a pit road and had a huge moment right in front of us, and then got side by side, and at that point it's hard. Like, I mean, obviously I know that he's come off a pit road, but at that point you're the leader, and you're trying to just navigate the waters the best you can. And when we got the big run off of 4, I thought we were going to be okay, and I drove it in there pretty good to try to make sure I was clear, and he drove it in as deep or deeper than I did. And at that point, I mean, it's kind of, you're just hanging on. I mean, these cars side by side is so difficult, and I don't think we ever made contact. I don't know if the video showed we made contact or not. I don't think.
Look really close.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we never touched, but obviously he ended up getting the worst end of the deal, so I hate it for those guys. But I also felt like it was kind of a weird scenario. I mean, he about crashed twice coming off the end of pit road already before that, and then had kind of a big moment. So I don't know. I'll go back and watch it, and if I need to reach out this week, I'll reach out this week. But I don't know.
What were you trying to do on that last restart? What's your kind of your emotions after this one?
I mean, obviously emotions are down. I'm frustrated at how the day ended. It all started. The restart when we pitted, and some guy, the 48 was on no tires, and the 21 and the 9 were on 2, I think, at that point. The 9 just didn't get going in front of us, and it really jammed up that top lane, and I got up and got out of the groove, and from there I just never felt like I got the tires back. Once I got way up high, even those last couple restarts, I mean, I've been fighting a tight condition kind of all day, and I was anything but tight that whole last run. So I don't know. We'll go back and lick our wounds and try to figure it out. I'm super frustrated at myself. The team did a phenomenal job all day. They were lights out on pit road. The pit crew was amazing. Jim made a great call on pit road and our pit strategy, and brought me in an unbelievable race car. So I'm going to put this one on myself and walk out of Texas really angry at myself, and come back here next year and hopefully have a little bit better finish.
That final restart, it looked like after that, it looked like there was a moment with the 98. He obviously had to pit. Can you walk through what happened there?
No, I think the 98 got together with somebody in front of me.
Okay.
And
I just saw you check up.
Yeah, I had to check up. He got together with somebody in front of me there, and kind of jammed. Like it was a really weird exchange. It was so hard. I mean, when you're on the bottom here, it is so difficult. I cannot tell you enough how difficult it is to be side by side with somebody, especially if that outside car kind of gets any closer to you. And that's one of the beauties of the Cup car right now that we're seeing, is that they're able to run side by side a lot better than we are. We can obviously run a lot better front to back than they can. But it just made it so difficult today, and guys were, as the race went on, guys were getting more and more aggressive with, how close they were getting and how much room they were leaving. And obviously at the end there, I saw quite a few guys get together on those last couple restarts just because there was no extra room there.
Battle from where you were, and what do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, I couldn't believe that the 39, I don't know what happened in 1 and 2, but I mean, he went way high and just missed it. And I thought that there was no way that the 1 was going to get to him, and obviously the 1 was clear of him getting into 3. I really don't know if he just drove it into 3 thinking that he needed to slide up in front, and the 39 just crossed it back over. But I felt like if they were side by side getting into 3, that it was going to be a lot more beneficial to myself, just because I wasn't close enough to battle him at that point. But I felt like if they were side by side, they were probably going to get together. But Sam did a great job on that last restart and the last couple restarts, and then ultimately put himself in good position to have the shot at it and make it stick. And coming to the line, I mean, they were beating and banging, and I really thought the 39 won from the angle, from the inside. I really thought the 39 won, and when I just watched the replay back, I was like, well, he did until about 5 feet before the start finish line, and then it was an inch or two. So this place, you run around here all day, and this place never fails to come down to a late race restart and a finish like that. And I mean, obviously that's good for the fans. They want to see action, and they want to see the craziness at the end, and I just wish we were part of it.
I know you're frustrated with the way things finished today, but the speed you mentioned, having such a good car again here, is that a silver lining that you can pour with, or does the frustration kind of overshadow that?
I'll take a bad car to win here. After all the good cars and not winning here that we've had, I said I think we've given it away every way we can possibly give it away, and I feel like today was just another part of that. I don't know. this one's gonna hurt for a little while, but we go to Talladega next week, and we can, that's the beauty of the sport, right? We can rebound and turn it around and go from there. So
I know on Saturday, yesterday in the media center, you said that along the walk to Glen, this is one of the places you wanted to win at so bad. Obviously, it's a little hurt, but when we come back next year, it's probably going to be even more motivation to finally get it done, right?
I mean, today's the reason why I love coming to this place and why I want to win here. I've had days like today multiple times, and it just seems like it never works out in our favor. So I think that, Bob, we talked about this. I think that ties me with Kyle for top 10s. So that's a pretty cool stat. I wanted to tie Dale Jr. for wins today, though. That would have been even cooler. But either way, what I've been able to accomplish in my career, and the teams that I've had around me, the people that I've had around me, it stings today, but I'm gonna look at this tomorrow and just enjoy the moment for sure.
I think everybody's had probably run-ins with Sam at some point, but what can this do for him to execute that and not end up in the wall or end up doing something that maybe people would criticize?
Well, I mean, the ones definitely had a rough start to the year, and they've had some tribulations and trials that they've gone through, and so to see them be able to pull it off, I mean, obviously they were really close last week, and they turned it around this week, and were able to go to victory lane. That's big, but it's not just big for Sam and that one car; it's big for the whole shop, right? I mean, at one point, I think all 4 of us were in the top 6 or 7. I don't know where we all ended up finishing, but for us to run like we did today, have the speed all day, and then for the one to close it out, I feel like that's where we should be as a company and as a group, and we've not been able to do that all year, and we're finally, I feel like, maybe getting to where we need to get to show up every week and be a force to go try to win.
What do you think has been different the last couple of weeks to have the improved performance?
That's the funny part, nothing. We've had speed all year. I mean, I look at Phoenix, I look at Atlanta, I look at Richmond. I mean, we've had speed all year and don't really have the finishes to show for it, So I think when you come to a place like here where we know we're good, you just kind of add to that, what we've been able to accomplish and been able to do. But that's why I think that's why this sport's so frustrating. It's like you have such a great day like we had. We led so many laps. We did all the right things and just came up short. And I think that's why it makes it hurt even worse.